Apple's transition away from Intel processors takes another major step with the release of the new 2021 iMacs, which as expected runs on Apple's own M1 silicon. While the M1 dropped jaws and garnered gushy critical acclaim when it debuted in portable devices like the MacBooks last December and the iPad last month, but for it to be used in a proper desktop does raise some questions. But first, let's talk about the design, because there's a lot that's new. The 2021 iMac is the first major design overhaul in over a decade for the iconic computer line. It's still an all-in-one device, but it's significantly thinner and lighter than before, with a new pastel-colored paint job, and matching colored accessories, to boot. The 24-inch screen is bright and vibrant, and the bezels around it are thinner than before, though still thick compared to machines by other companies. The headphone jack has thankfully been moved to the side of the screen instead of behind, but the other USB-C ports and power cable still sit in the back. The latter, in particular, is cleverly designed with a magnetic attachment, so if a kid or a dog were to run behind the iMac and yank on the power cord, the machine is less likely to topple over than another machine. Ultimately, what makes the iMac design stand out is just how thin it is, 11.5 mm, and this is not just a measurement of the thinnest part of a curved machine. The entire iMac has a flat back, so it's 11.5 mm everywhere. And keep in mind this screen also houses all the computing bits. It's also surprisingly lightweight at under 10 pounds. But then again, this is a desk-bound computer that needs to be plugged into a socket, so its compact sleek build is mostly for aesthetics. The above base iMac model starts at $1,499. I tested comes with 4 USB-C ports, with 2 being Thunderbolt ports and a keyboard with a fingerprint scanner in the upper right corner for Touch ID login. The base variant, $1,299, offers just 2 USB-C Thunderbolt ports and a keyboard without the fingerprint scanner. The above base model also has 1 extra core in GPU, 16 GB of RAM and more storage. The base model is powered by just 8 GB of RAM and 256 GB of internal storage. For those to whom $200 is not a big deal, it's worth getting the above base model, but the base model will perform just fine. RAM management is mostly a non-issue thanks to the M1 chip, and the low storage and fewer ports option can be remedied with an external hard drive and a dongle. As mentioned, the iMac has matching colored accessories too. If you look closer at the above photo of the keyboard, you'll see it has a blue tint to match the machine. The power supply cable also has the same shade. Much has been written about the M1 chip, Apple's own self-developed ARM-based silicon that performed so well in previous Apple products that it sent computer processor giant Intel into panic PR moves. Long story short, the M1 is an all-in-one SoC, systems on chip, that resembles a smartphone chip.